response plate to Raisin in the Sun and Clybourne Park. The reason I wanted to do it is because I felt that the debate about race in America was one that I, as a new import to it, that I kind of wanted to join the conversation. I've never written about race before. I've always written about characters who have come from different cultures, but never about race. And I kind of wanted to join in the conversation about it.
Why do you feel that's important?
Well, I think it's not exclusively important, but I think that Clybourne Park says some things about race in America that I found interesting and I think that are worthy of a conversation. And so I kind of felt, I went to other writers to see if they were interested in having that conversation, and they all kind of pointed their finger back and said, I think it's one that you should be having. And so that's kind of why.
Now I noticed that in this collection of plays that you're having for the new season,
yes,
you talked about politics.
Yes.
In this upcoming election.
Yes.
Any more comments about that?
Well, we've got a play called Enemy of the People, Arthur Miller's adaptation of Ibsen's play. And I love that play because it asks what is the role of the citizen, what is the role of the individual, what is the role of democracy. I think as we run up to an election, as we run up to an important election here, I think having theatre reflect and that question, having theatre investigate that question, I think is a worthy enterprise. We'll also be having 50 plays, 3-minute monologues around the title of Who's My America, Where's My America, also giving us a contemporaneous take on what it is to be an American today or to live in America today.
How do you feel you can connect with the African American community that's immediately around Centerstage?
Well, I think there's a few things. I think continuing to program 1/3 of our programming to the African American community specifically, but generally to everyone, I think is a way of continuing that legacy and that conversation. But also I think Beneath His Way is also part of that. That way is also to kind of say, if we're discussing race in America, then, you know, the 7th play in the season, it's one of the big topics. Let's have that debate.
How does your experience here relate to your experience in London as an African?
As an African, it's very similar, but very different. And that's a silly answer, I know. It's very, that many of the characteristics of being an African or a diasporic African in the West are the same. America, I would say, but it's actually probably, you know, a couple of decades ahead of Britain in terms of the economics and educational achievement of the African American community here. It's different than what it is in Britain. But then there are also things that are exactly the same. And so it's quite interesting for me to investigate the things that are the same and the things that are different and to start a conversation around it.
Any examples of the sameness and differences?
The sameness is often, not exclusively, but in the music that we listen to, very much in the kind of foods that we eat. I mean, again, these are all culture, but also in our experiences of negotiating the superstructure that is the West. And so there are many things that are similar, but also many things that are different.
How much are you looking forward to this season upcoming?
Very much. It's my first where I have chosen the season where any complaints come to my desk. It's me. And so I'm looking forward to it because the only how I'll get better at this job, the only way I'll get better at this job is when I get to understand how our audiences, how our membership, and how Baltimore responds